basic, an intuitive sense within everyone. If I say it's the intuition or the feeling I am, but not with form, beyond form. If the sense I am in you is not embracing the form, like the body form, not embracing anything like that, you can take a look at it now. And if I say, sit in conscious awareness of this wordless, now I say I amness, but not the concept or the words I am, and not any form, just that which by which you know you are. And just to sit with it as much as you can. So it may feel very, very difficult thing to do because there's no visuals. I'm not giving you any visuals. Does it need visuals? So what is it? Don't answer. Let the question come. What is it that's by which I'm using the term, the sense I am, just the sense I exist. Actually, I am means I what exists. I consciousness exist. That's what it really means. But it's not a conversation. It's not a conversation with something else. It's like a message within you, an announcement. This I amness. It's always there. Some may regard it as a kind of pulse. This I am. This I am means to be, but that which exists. I exist. I what exists. I awareness or consciousness exist. This is why I put it to be the most basic principle, universal. No one told you you exist, not even your parents had to tell you you exist. And no one gave you the name I. Everyone knows I. It's so universal, it's not even known as a name. Only it says in some scriptures, this I amness is a name of God, one of the names of God. And all of us have this intuition, I am. What does it point to? Is it the person? Because the person is perceived in it, in the space or the vibration of I am, the sense of person, which is the most intimate knowing, is the sense of being a somebody. But the I am itself, the I amness, the vibration I am, or the intuition I am, even not the words I am. The words are only an indication, maybe a pointing finger. I am is what? Can this be observed? Normally, if we speak of observing, it's a dualistic function, one thing observing another thing. Can there be a non-dual observation or knowing? Don't force. Because what I'm pointing to is already here, so we don't have to force to get it, you see. Can it be recognized by something apart from itself? If you engage like this, even attempt to, even if it feels like there's a failure when this question is put internally, and mind presents some response to it, and these responses are rejected because the responses are also of the mind, sharp they come and go, in the presence of this I amness itself. If we can sit like this already, it will introduce something that cannot be spoken, a self-verification. No visualization necessary, no imagination necessary. Why? Because this is one's fundamental base. It is there throughout all the traffic that comes through the mind and the form and the world, internally and externally. All that comes is passing through or in front of this presence, this basic presence, and nothing sticks. Maybe because of the faculty of memory, some things may linger and appear to be yes, yes. But memory also is not permanent and is highly subjective. And this is also perceived in the I amness. Is it worth discovering this, you see? Those who meditate know this principle. By staying with this, and I don't want to say what you'll find. I would love to hear from you. Maybe it's not even what you find, but what you don't find is also good. The noisy world, the sense of separation, painful separations, yearnings, desires, attachments, all these things, they fade in the presence of this self-awareness. Is this self-awareness a happening? Did somebody give it? And did someone receive it? Can it be categorized? Is it hidden? You see? Or hiding? Is it the possession of anyone or anything? It is this that the term self-knowledge indicate this. A knowledge that doesn't have a conceptual packaging. Some would not call it knowledge at all. And some would say, of all things knowable, this is the one thing to know. But the funny thing is, here, the knower and the known are one. You can find yourself, you can find out. But there's a force acting upon it to avoid this encounter. A kind of a pulse to go back to the mind and to... The mind will hear, in this opportunity of looking, mind will offer innumerable entertainment. But I say, whatever they may be, they will be also showing up as mere visitors inside this unchanging field. It's not a dead field, it's not like dead space or something. It's pregnant with aliveness, harmony, your highest joy. another joy that is reflected from something else. Can you see as I'm speaking? Okay. Did it come from somewhere? Is it protected by something? And can it be lost? And by whom would it be lost? From whom would it be lost? Well, we can go further and talk about the core of being. And the core of being, it would arise here as the absolute, as a core of being. But can we look at the sense of beingness or of the sense of presence? If you woke up at 7 o'clock this morning, I say at 6:59, what was your state? A second before awakening, what was your state? When awakening happens, when the phenomenal waking state happens, means that the consciousness has sprouted. You become conscious. When consciousness comes, you become aware of yourself as a living being. Prior to that, not. So when the consciousness comes, with it comes the awareness of self, comes with it. And it's not yet a person. Just like if I give an example, if during the night you have to get up to go to the loo, you may go to the toilet and perform whatever functions are needed without identity. But in the morning we get up and then certain things trigger a remembering of self. And you become like, again, a living entity with purpose and intention and time and otherness. But first, the first arising must be the intuition, I am, the knowingness that I exist, which was not needed for deep sleep. So when this I am knowingness comes, my point is that it comes. If it comes, it must come into something that was already there and must be more subtle than even I am. I'm saying this because you mentioned the core of this I amness, which you could say prior to even the arising of the I amness. Through the I amness, the world can be perceived. The function of the senses can play. Memory, time, self, other, all of that can come in with the knowingness I am. And, if I can say, this I amness through which we know the world and time and relationships, have sorrows and joys are experienced. If you're running through a door you didn't calculate the height of it and you bump your head, it can remove this I amness. Or some chemical in the body can take away this I amness. So even this, how can it be the absolute? What can remove absoluteness? I wasn't ready to talk about this. I say, first let's get onto the safe shore of I amness. Escape from the samsara of I am this personness. Because when we feel that the river or ocean of samsara of names and forms and personhood state is all there is, then you make the best use of it. You'll find the good and bad, the up and downs in it. But when you are discovering the beingness, which is a higher vibration than the I am the person, then in coming into the awareness of being, then you begin to see how heavy the state of person was. Can you see that? Yeah. Now comes, while we are experiencing the state of beingness, now we're wishing to fully pull into the beingness because we see the cost of the becomingness of the personal fluctuating state of personhood for some. For others, not. For some, the fight is not. Something is fighting to hold on to the state of personness. And something on the other side is can't wait to be free of the grip of personhood. Because even in the process of awakening into being, the mind doesn't completely go away. You come, and come with stronger enticements also for a bit. First, cross the shore of samsara, safe land of beingness, and stabilize in the beingness first, so that all the potential and possibility of fluctuating states that come, you can somehow, by holding to beingness, they autocorrect, or they come into a balance, a harmony, just on the power of you not joining those forces by going into personhood. So that's the stage before awakening. That's the candidate for awakening. In the state of personhood, there are different stages of awakening also. Awakening from very gross states of strong personal identity and the complexity of that world becoming more refined, meaning more space, more attraction to higher states of consciousness. It's an evolution also in that state. But what I pointed out yesterday was that in that mode of consciousness, you may go very, very high, but still retain the sense of autonomy and individuality on a personal basis. No? Meaning that you would not be able to genuinely come to the conclusion that I and the beingness are one. Beingness is like a state I go to. I make use of. Because the I is standing more on the strength of I am the person. Let's keep it simple, keep it simple. So it's, we're not creating here, no? You're only cleaning the mirror.